Okay, give me a second. Today I want to talk about nothing specific. I'm still finishing up the office. Not so much have been moving around. I need more time to work on my personal training and my English teaching courses. So I don't have enough time to finish this off. But there's progress, I would say. Look at the table. I did the leg myself. I got inspired by a YouTube video. They made this rectangular shape with just wood planks. And then the tabletop I bought from like a Home Depot kind of place over here called Bauhaus. It's a home improvement store that they sell a lot of this kind of wooden board, and it's just I think it's made of oak. It's not like entire flat that is just a solid piece of oak, but this is like excuse me, but this is one of those like cheapo version with like smaller pieces of beams that got glued together, and then they made a board out of it. This one cost me 60 euro. I might be wrong, but in the ballpark of 60 euros. And it's 2 meter long, 80 centimeter wide, and about 30 millimeter thick. Yeah, it's designed to be made for kitchen use, I believe, because it's in that section and it says for the tabletop of a kitchen. But I use it for the tabletop of my office because it looks great. It's big. It's a little bit curved, to be honest. Like, I think it's because I didn't treat it with like a coat of sealing or some polyurethane or whatever the cover that you should put on. Just raw wood. I haven't done that yet, but it's a little bit curved. It's a little bit curved, like an arch over the surface, but it doesn't really bother me. I don't put a lot of like things that can. Do you see that? Okay, the ball that I put on the table, it can't. You see, it kind of comes. Okay, it doesn't do it, but it kind of comes down to the edge because of the curvature of the tabletop. But because it's so slight, it's so minimal, like I don't think it's gonna bother me long term. Yeah, I sanded it down today, and tomorrow I might go back to Bauhaus and get some sealing polyurethane to cover it up, so it's more smooth on the surface, and I can put like, I don't know. People do treatment to the raw wood, right? I want to do that. Uh, what else have I done in the office recently? I put like a little mattress over here because I need my power nap during the day. I figure like instead of putting any fancy stuff in here, before I figure out what I want, I would just put the camping one that you can inflate. Hand pumped it to the shape that it is right now, and accidentally the color of the trim of this mattress actually match up the painting over there, which is super dope. And you know what this color match up to? I don't know. Orange, I guess. But yeah, it's super nice, super comfy. I need a pillow. Um, but at the moment, I'm just folding up a sweatpants that I'm not wearing as a pillow, and it works kind of okay. It's not the best pillow out there, but I can live with it. I never really had a problem falling asleep here. Actually, if there is a problem, the problem might be me sleeping too long. Normally, I try to keep my power nap short and sweet. I'm aiming at somewhere between 10 to 15 minutes. That's a good number, good range, I would say. But normally over here, if I'm falling asleep on this one, after some hard labor of doing woodwork, I end up doing half an hour. It might sound sweeter because it's a longer sleep, but doesn't work like that for me because power nap is powerful for me because it's short. If I fall into deeper sleep, in the case, let's say a 30-minute sleep, I'm already going to need like an entire sleep session. I'm going into that deep cycle. You know what I mean? Like I can't be waking up from a 30-minute rest and then be rejuvenated and re-energized. No, it doesn't work. 30 minutes, I'm just getting to that deep sleep and waking up from that. It's awful. Like I feel even more tired than before the power nap. But 15 minutes is different. I never really falling to sleep, and but you just kind of get some shut eye and some like light sleep that gets you a little bit more relaxed. Your muscle get relaxed a little bit, but your mind doesn't float away. You're still kind of aware of the environment. You still have some senses that are active. So when you wake up from that, it's refreshing. Only your body and your muscle are relaxed for like a quarter of an hour, but your mind we're always kind of online, at least like some part of it, right? But yeah, I'm working on that. I don't want to put on alarm. The way how I do power nap is like I just go with my instinct. If I go to a sleep, I kind of put like this message in my head. I tell myself, okay, today I'm going to do 15 minutes. And believe it or not, like I have a system. I guess my body have a system to wake me up naturally. Like it's just this bodily understanding of time passing. Uh, yeah, I automatically kind of come back to life after 15 minutes. But you have to be committed. That's the thing. Like I was committed and I have always been committed to this kind of power nap arrangement. So when I tell myself I'm going to do 15 minutes, like I actually tell myself it's going to be 15 minutes and then the body get the message, then wake you up. But let's say an alternative situation, like what I'm experiencing right now with this mattress, is that if I don't commit 100%, telling myself that I'm gonna wake up in 15 minutes, I just kind of say it, but there's part of me that just doesn't believe it. You know the kind of feeling when you're waking up to alarm in the morning and you're just like, I'm gonna sleep for 5 more minutes. In some way, I believe when you say that, you do want to sleep for 5 more minutes, but you know, like the more powerful, the deeper message, the more powerful message would be, yeah, I'm gonna totally do more than 5 minutes. I'm totally gonna do another half an hour. That's why you can't wake up because you're not committed to that 5 minutes more sleep. You actually want half an hour. You're just saying it's 5 more minutes. Who are we lying to, right? We're lying to ourselves. So this is a case with my power nap here. I can't really go along and just say that I want a 15-minute nap, but in actuality, I want half an hour. Tricky, because normally I want half an hour. It sounds nicer, even though I know it's not gonna do me any good. I'll work on that. I'll work on that. Uh, what else have I done in this room? Been making some light changes over there in another side of the room. They have like a shelf space over there and like a natural counter space you can stand in front of and do some hand work. I'm trying to convert that little area into something that is more functional and where I can do a lot of the handicraft stuff that I'm interested in. Already put one of those vice, table vice. I don't know if you know what that is. It's kind of like a clamp, a metal big piece of chunk of cast iron, and as a clamp, you can tighten it up and put stuff in between, so it's holding things in place, right? That's called a vise. And I already installed a little vise over there on the countertop where I do some metal work, I guess. I'm doing some ring jewelry design over there. I'm doing some jewelry things. Jewelry things. I'm making some rings. That's what I'm saying over there. And do some small wooden pieces of woodwork over there on the countertop as well. But I'm trying to make it more organized. I do a lot of sanding over there, a lot of cutting over there, and a lot of measuring over there. So there need to be at least like 3 separate sections. because if you do any handcraft, things get messy really quick, especially sanding. Everything got sandy real quick. And when you do cutting, everything gets sandy very quick. And if you do measuring, everything get, I guess measuring part is pretty clean. But yeah, I want to have a dedicated corner for all those different stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to work on that. Um, what else? Oh, over here, I still haven't put up like the backdrop for taking pictures, because I do want to have like a little studio space over here with like those backdrop where the big piece of paper, they fall on the ground and they serve as a nice background. And when it get dirty, you can like roll down more white background or whatever color you choose to have over here. I want to have that backdrop over here so I can take some really nice portrait photos for myself, my girlfriend, for whoever might come into the office. And I want to do that because I need to use my film camera more. I really like the color grading of the film. I use Fujifilm 400. I don't know if that's an accurate description of what I'm using, but the film that I'm using is Fujifilm 400, I guess, color 400. It's a really nice retro look to it. It's not too retro. Doesn't have a lot of those like weird spot, the burn spot or whatever they're called, but they still have a nice texture to it. I look at it, I know it's from a film camera. I get it developed from a photo point, from a place called Photo Point over here. They sell camera gears, but they also develop film, negative films for their customers. So I send it in, and I wait for a couple of days, and then they give you the negatives that are developed, and they also send it to you in digital format. Send the films in digital format to your email address if you request that. I think for one roll of film, they charge you probably €6, €7, around that ballpark. So it's kind of not so expensive. At least it's way cheaper than Polaroid. So yeah, I'm doing that. I hope to use more of my Nikon F3 so I can take more pictures, film pictures, and see if I can do something with it as well. Because I really like it. And I think there might be people who like it as well. And I wanna tap into that market and provide my service in that area, because I think my pictures are not really appreciated by anybody I know, but I have strong conviction they're great pictures. They're funky. Like the angle I take the Polaroid or the film camera pictures, I never take it like the way how I feel it's gotta look beautiful, or it's gotta look aesthetic, or it's going to look a certain type of way. Right? I know there's some angle, there's some kind of composition that would make it look more palatable to the general public, but I have my own kind of a preference. I guess you could say it's a different kind of aesthetic, but I have a different kind of aesthetic, I guess. I like it to look more alive and unstaged. I want to capture the little kind of imperfection, the little kind of funkiness, a little bit of like fuck up in life. When you here's the thing, like when you shoot somebody, let's say a really pretty girl, take my girlfriend for example, right? And let's say they look good all the time, but like that good everybody see. You know what I mean? Like it's not hard to find somebody who could appreciate that beauty, because they all see it. If they just kind of like look straight ahead and then they look presentable and they're like just in their daily light, and people perceive them from that certain angle, or they just look at it a certain way, we're looking at the same version of a person. But if you know this person, let's say if you know Alexandra, like I know Alexandra, things are gonna be different because I see so much more. I see from different light. If I looked from down below, I can see a double chin maybe. Who knows? Maybe I see from a certain angle of the hair is not perfect. Or if I look from a certain angle of the light, the eye sparkles differently. They're not, sometimes people say it's ugly pictures. Nah, I don't think it's ugly pictures, man. It's a different kind of picture. The reason why you call it ugly or you think it's funny is because it's unexpected. Like people see things that they see on daily basis and they think that's the only version of the truth. No, everything is the truth as long as you can perceive it. But the thing is, like, if you're not concurring to that one version of the truth, people will say you're seeing it wrong, you're seeing it funny, you're like weird. Nah, it's not. Like I'm pretty sure if you just be more open-minded, you see different version of truth. I know it's a lot to ask, but I think that's that's the interesting part for me. Like how much I can tweak my own, I can push my own version of aesthetics, and see how can I kind of relate to people out there who can appreciate a certain type of aesthetics. Like the funky pics. I like weird angles. I like to take it upside down. Not upside down. I like to take camera from down below and shoot upward. Sometimes I like to have the object not like at the golden proportion. Like at a certain part of the of the frame. I like to be way out and leave out a lot of the area that is just unused. I think that's pretty interesting. I like to play with light. I think sometimes overexposed and underexposed objects are interesting. I like to see when people get surprised, like especially when it comes to portrait, when you catch them unexpectedly in the frame. It's interesting because it show like some very authentic facial expression, not just like the standard shoot me kind of a smile. It show more. I like that. I appreciate it. So yeah, that's my kind of aesthetics, I think. And I think really there are people who are into that. And especially with film camera, it's so satisfying. Like there's no Photoshop. There's no tweaking. There's no like, hey, maybe I can get rid of that little imperfection on your face, that little pimple. I don't want it. Nah, if you have it, you have it. It's gotta be on your face. If you don't want that pimple, you better start eating healthy and you don't get to go to sleep early or whatever. Change your lifestyle. Then maybe it wouldn't come that often. But the point is, you can't tweak it afterward. The countless hours people spend on tweaking those pictures they take, magnificent. I'm not even talking about professional photographers. I'm talking about just us. Look at some phone pictures and like, nah, let's do something about it. But the film camera, take that away. Take that away. You can't do anything. It just captures that moment. There's a leeway to it, I guess. You can, I guess, like the clarity or the pixels or the detail doesn't show as much on film camera because I don't know, something was a development of the pictures, like to the picture, to the film. Like it's not as clear as a digital camera picture, I guess. It doesn't capture as much details. So there's some imperfection. It's way more tolerable showing up on a film camera. But yeah, I like it. Like I enjoy taking picture, but not like the afterward and tweaking it and trying to make it perfect. No, like I get it, and it comes out that way. You know, that's super cool. I have a Polaroid. Since I got the Polaroid, I have been trying to use that as much as I could because it's just so satisfying. Like it's next level. I always thought like if it would be a good idea to get a Polaroid, but it was actually a very good idea because like you get this instant feedback. Even though like you can't do anything with it, but you at least get to see it, like just coming out. Whatever you took, come out right away. Film camera, you still have to wait a little bit. So in some ways, even better because you don't get that instant gratification, and you gotta wait for the whole roll, the 36 picture all getting taken, and then it get developed. Right? There's a lot more waiting to it. But yeah, that delayed fun, it's also fun. Maybe even more fun. The only downside I could say about Polaroid is the film. It's incredibly expensive. One pack of Polaroid film, I probably paid €12 over here in Estonia, and they only have 10 films in there. So 10 picture that you can get out of it. Per picture, you're paying €1.2. A big investment if you think about how many pictures we get taken on your phone every day. Like I got maybe thousands of pictures, and that's thousands of euros. So yeah, I try to make every single one count when it comes to using Polaroid, and I guess that's making it special too. But at the same time, you see, like you can't be too careful because if you're really thinking, I gotta make this one careful, I gotta take care of every single picture. I gotta put a lot of thought into it so I don't waste money. I don't get bad pictures. Then you're overthinking. Then you won't take good pictures. So it's like a balance there as well. You try to be more conscious about what you take, but at the same time still be free. I enjoy that, like finding balance in this taking Polaroid picture, just like everywhere else in life, I guess. Finding that balance. Where I'm going was a photo thing. Yeah, I want to kind of see if I can get more commission work to take photos that I want to take. I don't know how to start the business yet, but I just want to set it up. Even if it doesn't become a business, even though nobody like my pictures, that is totally fine. I'll just take pictures here with myself. With myself. I'll just take picture here by myself, or take pictures that people who come and visit. What else? Um, yeah, I think like uh, I think like having this workspace over here, it has been really, I guess, in a way changed my life in a positive way. I really enjoy it. There's a separation of life and work. Previously, I was really confused as for which part is work and which part is life. It's an easy mistake, if you work from home, because like you're having constant access to the fridge. So I go there, open up the fridge, check out the inventories, and maybe pick out a few gohuga, some snacks here and there, enjoy a little bit, and then come right back to the working desk, which, by the way, is also the dining table. So like the lines really blurred. When am I working? When am I stopping? Yeah, it works perfectly when I was alone. When I was like single, because like I don't need a separation of like life from work. I feel like that could be a very an interesting lifestyle as well for me. Like just constantly working. When I'm tired, I'll rest. But besides resting, I'm working. So it's productive in some way, but also like you're not spending nearly enough time on yourself. I guess it's you know what, I take that back. Working is also for yourself, at least for me. That's also for myself. But I guess you're ignoring a lot of other aspects of your life because uh, even though it sounds cliche, but I'm still gotta say it. Life is not all about work, right? It could be potentially fun to do something other than work. I don't know. I don't know. It could be, right? But the more realistic thing is when I'm not single right now and living with my girl, oh, like it's really important for me to really figure out um, where I'm gonna allocate time for spending time with her, spending time with her family, with our friends, and when I'm gonna be working. And I don't want to kind of mix all those things together, because if I get into the mood of working at home, I'm not like fully there. And I think she could tell. You know what I mean? Like, she could tell I'm not there, even though I'm like hanging around. If I'm thinking about something else, she's got to catch up to that real quick. I don't want that. Like, if I want to spend time with you, I'd rather, like, if I can, I'd rather turn off my phone, turn off all my internet, and just be there with you and see what we want to talk about, see what we want to do. Just fully be there, right? I find that most attractive of a way to hang out with somebody. But if I'm at work, I don't want to get distraction. I don't want people asking me like if I want to go out for a walk. I I I don't want to go out for a walk. I want to be working, right? So the office space really made a difference. I come here and I work. When I finish, even though like there's really no finish to work, but when I decide to finish for the day, I go home and I don't even take anything with me. Like all the setup over here, the podcast stuff, the woodworking things, and the jewelry making stuff behind me, the camera, all things I take home is the laptop, and I take my phone. That's it. The laptop, I go home because I watch movies and whatever on it, and the phone is just a phone. You take your phone. But yeah, it has been an interesting development. Um, I previously only worked very short time in a couple companies. In those companies that I worked for, yes, there is a clear separation of work and rest, but it's also slightly different, because when you work for a company, work for somebody, work for a product or work for a service that you don't really believe in. At least that's my case. Like, I didn't believe in the thing that I was selling or the things I was working on. The company, they were all startups that I worked in, right? A Estonian startup working in internet, providing internet service. So the thing that they were selling, they're all, I don't know, internet stuff, service, internet-based service, I guess. And regardless of what they're saying, regardless of what they're trying to tell you, you know, we're a team, we're making meaningful changes to this world. I just don't buy it. You know, I don't think that was my mission. I'm glad that the founders of those companies, they made big bucks. They think they're making a great difference to the world. Hopefully they actually buy what they're saying. Hopefully they believe what they're saying. If that's the case, props to them. I'm really happy. They're doing what they like to do. But I didn't believe their version. I didn't believe in their vision. I didn't believe in what they're saying. I didn't believe their products or whatever service they're doing are making a great difference to this world. But they did pay me, so I do my job. And it's a very minuscule kind of, I guess, non-important, non-IT kind of job, the supporting kind of job. Either it's customer service, due diligence, checking people's document verification, those kind of stuff, localization, translation, the supporting roles in an internet company, internet startup at least. I do my job great. I try to do whatever I could, whatever I got paid for. You know, that's my description of my. That's my job description. I do that part, but I quickly lose interest if I don't feel motivated, like to do it. If I don't believe in what I'm doing is actually something that matters, right? So the longest time I worked was probably 2 months in one of these companies. And those 2 months are not even like, they didn't even pass quick. It feels like an eternity. Every day was like a suffering, even though it wasn't really that bad. If you just look at what you're doing, you're sitting in front of your desk, and they're normally nice desks that goes up and down with a motor. You know, you can change it up and down, sit or stand. And then you have this ergonomically designed, comfy ass office chair. And some of them are so funky. I remember the last one I had, there was a hole in the middle, and when you sit, only your butt cheek are touching the chair, but like in the middle, the The balls are just hanging loose in the air, wiggling, dangling in the air. It's supposed to promote male health. Um, but it was just kind of funny sensation to kind of have your ball floating all day when you're working. And they also have snack bars oftentimes. They have all kinds of perks when it comes to like staying in the office, trying to keep their workers motivated and energized. They have all kinds of like resting equipment, or corners that you can sit and maybe lie down even. Um, Free drinks always, kombucha if you want that kind of stuff. I had so much kombucha, even though I didn't like it, but it feels healthy. At least that's the image I got. Sometimes they got either free lunch that they organize for you, or these days when it's COVID, maybe you get like, I guess lunch money, like stipend. I don't know what's that called. Credits, yeah, to those food delivery service website. Yeah, like everything is supposed to be making you feel comfortable and relaxed and at home and productive when it comes to one of this IT startup in Tallinn. And they're great. There's like it's definitely way more than I could ask for when it comes to comfort and benefit. But the thing is, I don't really care that much when I'm doing something. Work when I'm working, the last thing I care about is the comfort. Look at this setup. Look at my setup here. This is a pretty awful setup, but I'm having a great time working here. If I want to eat, I gotta eat out of a plastic bag. I don't have utensils here. This table is made a little bit too high, and this chair is a little bit too low. So whenever I'm sitting here, I look like first. My girlfriend said that. Alexandra said that I look like a first grade schooler. Getting to school the first day, like arms up high here. But with all that said, if I believe in what I'm working on, if I like my job, none of those matters. None of this chair, desk thing matter. I can like work on the floor, like I did actually. It doesn't matter. Like, look, I was working on woodworking over there on that plank of wood that was left over from the previous tenant. I was working on that. I put the vise over there and I clamped whatever I was working on. The ring that I made for Alexandra was actually made over there on the floor. I looked like a caveman just sitting on the floor, standing down a ring. But it doesn't matter because I believe in that ring. I believe in the work, you know? So coming back to what I was saying, I have no intention to shit on the effort of IT company trying to make their workers' life better. I think that's an honorable thing to do. I think a lot of people need that. They need to feel the comfort. That's one thing that keep them motivated to work, to come to the office, get them, off the bed in the morning, knowing that there's some nice breakfast, there's some muesli waiting for them in the office, and they can go get some and maybe grab a bottle of kombucha before they hit the desk. That's necessary for a lot of people, but not for me. At least it's not a priority when it comes to like what kind of work I'm gonna do. I need to feel like I'm involved in something that I can be proud of. I need to be looking back one day and I know, oh, there's something that I can say that I didn't waste my time on. That's why I never worked in those companies for long. I enjoyed the time spent there in a way that I really feel like, whoa, it was somebody was trying to take care of you to keep you working there. The perks are nice. The pay are often above average or at least on the average level, but not really. Like long term, not really. Um, I also want to share the story of my friend, a close friend of me. Let's call him. Let's call him E. All right. I don't want to. I don't think it's a good idea to reveal his real name, but let's call him E. So E worked in this giant IT company in Estonia, IT startup, which is no longer a startup because it got so big. I think they're They're probably trading publicly now in the UK. But it's one of the biggest Estonian IT startup out there. And he worked there on customer service. And yeah, he told me like it was a really draining experience, which I can kind of confirm, which I can relate to, because all day you're providing service to customers who are normally angry because the service that they were promised to are were not delivered on a timely basis, or they had some hiccup delivering the service. So angry customer calling, and you pick up the phone, or you reply the email, or you do the online chat, whatever it might be, and you're getting this all day, every day, and it coming nonstop. They pride themselves, the company pride themselves in using real people when it comes to providing customer service. But on the another side of the story is a lot of us are sitting here in the office and just dealing with customers who are angry all day. And there is never a short supply of angry customers. That's what you get paid for, right? So eventually he said, nah, I'm not going to do this, even though it was good pay, even though it was a good work environment, comfy, ergonomically designed chairs, and nice white motorized tables that you can adjust sitting or sitting or sitting or standing. It was just not worth it, because at the end of the day, he felt drained. Police. But that's kind of my experience as well, you know, in those companies that I worked for. It's just when you finish 8 hours of a day, of a working day, I felt drained. I don't feel like doing anything else. I just want to rest. Like I barely feel like even cooking my own food, which is strange because I love food. Is and you know, I used to tell people, I tell my parents, I tell my friend, I think it's such an interesting system that figured out 8 hours is all they can get out of you, like productively speaking, or even less. But they keep you there just you can't do anything else. 8 hours is pretty much all you can offer in a day, and they take it all away, and they leave you some hours after 5, and just make you have the illusion that I keep saying they. I guess I'm referring to the capitalism system or the global economic system, whatever your ideology might be. After this 8 hours, you know, the system make you believe. Oh, that sounds such a conspiracy theorist now. They make you believe that you have some hours for yourself, like from 5 to 12, like, oh, that's your free time. Or like the weekend is for you. 2 days, right? It's enough time. Nah. 2 days is for you to rest. Like I didn't really feel like doing much else. Like after those 5 days of work, 5 days of customer certifying, or I don't know, localizing, translating stuff. I didn't feel like doing anything else. Those 2 days, I do my laundries, I do my groceries, and that's it. And after 5 on working days, take me half an hour to get home, maybe wash up, maybe go to the gym or whatever I need to get done that day, and no time, really. Then you just end up watching some YouTube videos that you don't even want to watch because you're just too lazy to choose a film to watch. But that's only the case if I was doing something that I don't want to do. You see, that's the thing. Like, now I'm doing way more work. I have longer work hours. I wake up at 7 now, and I come to the office at 8. And I finish work at about 4 or 5. So it's longer hours, and I don't take a lunch break. I don't go like poop in the toilet for half an hour. I don't do none of those bullshit. I work here. But when I finish working, I'm still energetic. I still want to go out with Alexandra. I still want to hang out with other people. I still feel like nothing sucked away from me. Instead, I feel like I have built something. I'm proud of it. And now I can do something more for myself, for my own well-being, physical, mental, whatever it might be. So that's an interesting difference, to say the least. I don't know how long this is gonna last. See, like, uh, I don't, I don't think I'm on the path of my life that I can say that I'm financially well off. I do okay financially because I'm working a lot of hours on my personal training business and my English teaching online. They're both doing great, but they all rely on my physical labor. You know what I mean? Like, they're not the physical labor you think about carrying bricks or whatever, but still, like, I cannot leverage that. Like, I gotta be there personally for personal training. That's why it's called personal training. And I gotta be there for the online courses I give to Chinese kids and college kids or whoever might be taking my courses, you know? I gotta be there, and I have 24 hours a day. That's my max. I can't do 24 hours a day. I got like 2 training lessons every day, and I got maybe 2-3 English sessions every day. That's paying the bills. That's providing me the comfort of life that I enjoy so much. But besides that, I don't think I'm like rich, right? But I do want to feel rich. I'm 29 right now. I never been rich. My parents never been rich. Um, yeah, I'm on this very, very interesting point of my life where I'm physically good, I'm emotionally good, I'm financially good, but I feel like I want to try what it feels like to be filthy rich. You know what I mean? I want to feel like what it feels like to be a millionaire. I don't think it's gonna make much of a difference to my life, but I just want to see it for myself. Whatever it might be out there waiting for me, I want to see it for myself, for the experience. You know, I want to try everything. 2 weeks ago, I went to Lemme. It's this theme park, amusement park in Finland. I've been there before. Last time, it was with my ex-girlfriend, but at that time, both of us weren't interested in trying those extreme rides. We didn't try those dangerous roller coasters. But this time, I went there, tried all the rides. Freaking awful. So scary. So scary. Especially the yellow ride that goes straight up and down, and you feel like I felt like I was gonna fucking pass out. And there was this blue roller coaster, and your upper body just wiggling, dangling the entire ride, and I felt like I was gonna swing out at one point. They were both awful. They're the worst. Alexandra enjoyed it. I didn't, but I'm glad I did it for the experience. I just want to try, you know? And at this point, I just want to try what it feels like to be super, 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 super rich. It might be interesting. Even if it's not, it's so easy to give away money, isn't it? For those people who say that, here's me, right? I'm 29. Before this point, I always thought I'm an intellectual. I want to think about stuff. I want to be in my head. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I still like to think, you know? But I have never been rich. I just want to try it. I just want to try it. If it doesn't work out for me, I give the money away to charities. It's easy. It's easy to be poor. You know, just don't have money. You can burn it. There's a million ways to give money away, but there's not so many ways I can figure out to just get money quick, right? If there's anything that serves me right at this point is do the harder things. Yeah, always do the harder things. So at 29, I'm gonna put a flag right here. The upcoming year, I'm gonna be making money. I'm gonna be trying to make money at least. And yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm super excited. I'm super excited about making money, trying to be rich, and I'm super excited about coming to the age of 30, which is about to happen in about half a year, a little bit less. So yeah, I spent the 20s figuring out life, thinking that I'm intellectual, writing things, reading things, going to school, getting a PhD, whatever that those are, you know. Those things are gone. I'm ready for the real world. I'm ready to go out and mingle with the greedy motherfuckers out there who are also trying to make money. And yeah, and besides that, I have other things that I want to do. For example, I want to camp. I want to camp more. I want to get a bigger car and then go out and camp more this year. But yeah, let's keep in touch, okay? With this office, I'm gonna do more of this stupid podcast. I'm gonna invite more people coming in. I'm gonna have Alexandra showing up more because you seem to like her a lot. We gotta talk about relationship, how we manage this relationship, interracial, international relationship of ours. Yeah, stay tuned, guys. Just know that I'm gonna post all this content on YouTube. Hopefully, maybe yes, maybe no. But it's definitely going to be on the podcast. So subscribe to the podcast. Never off the boat on all platform. I'll see you when I see you. Hopefully next Tuesday. Yeah, that's the schedule. Bye, guys.